guys, welcome to Eva's Expat Life. I'm Eva, I'm from Norway, and this is my husband Mark, he's from the US.
Hello everybody.
My channel is about our expat life in Dubai and the things that I love. Travel, cooking, fitness, fashion, and interior design.
She left one thing off the list though, talking. She really loves talking.
Yes, I love to talk and I'm going to be talking a lot. I hope you guys had a great summer. We had an exhausting, emotional, and stressful summer. My first story that I'm going to tell you guys, it's about our IVF journey this summer. IVF, it's prøverør in Norwegian. We respect everyone out there that don't want to share the story because just like I said earlier, it's exhausting, emotional, and stressful, and of course, it's very personal as well. We feel better when we talk about it. Don't you think, babe?
Yeah, I mean, it's therapeutic for us to share, and it helps us to think that maybe our experiences help somebody else out there.
Yeah, and knowing that we're not alone, it's, to be honest, I feel better, or we feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Because IVF, it's, just like I said, it's not easy.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting and emotional as well. But anyway, before I start to tell about our story, I just want to say as well that I'm not saying that you're gonna experience just like we experience, because of course we are all different and we have different body types and we react to different things. But again, I just want to say that we hope this can help somebody out there that thinking to do IVF or already in the journey.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, guys, we started our IVF journey in the beginning of February. You want to tell about a little bit how we decided to choose the doctor?
Well, we talked about doing it for a while, and so when we finally decided, of course, your first resource is to go online. It's a little different here than in the US. There are lots of websites out there dedicated to people reviewing doctors and giving their opinions and what they think about them. Here there's not so much resource, but I eventually found some doing the research, and there was some really good feedback on a particular doctor here named Dr. Carol Coughlin, who is with IVI Middle East. Very positive feedback from some blogs from some ladies who talked about how caring she was and just her demeanor and how helpful she was. So we decided after talking about it to go see Dr. Carol and have a chat. Yeah,
and I just want to say that from our first consultation with Dr. Carol, I just liked her. There's something about her that I feel very comfortable because we never done this before, and for us, especially for me, or I need to have somebody that I feel very comfortable with. And of course, I mean, you know, no matter journey you're going through, it's very important to have a doctor that you feel comfortable with. So yeah.
The stakes are high, and there's a lot of emotions, so you've really got to feel comfortable and confident in the person that you're dealing with. And it took very little time talking to Dr. Carol to realize that she was going to be able to do that for us.
So anyway, we started with IVF, and then of course before we really started with the process, you know, there's a lot of, you know, check up or blood tests you need to go through. And Dr. Carol noticed that the whites in my eyes were yellow, and she is very cautious with everything what she do, so she recommend us to go to hepatologist, yeah, to make sure that everything is fine before we started. So we went to hepatologist, and of course it took time to get everything, you know.
So a hepatologist is a specialist that deals in the liver, I believe the pancreas as well, but in this case it was the liver. Of course, the whites of Ava's eyes being yellow are classically a sign of jaundice. That's not the case with her, but Dr. Carroll wants to make sure, of course, everything is exactly where it needs to be before you start treatment, not only for the baby, but the potential baby, but also for Ava. You're going to be taking different kinds of stimulation treatments, which means you need to make sure that the liver is in good shape. We went to the hepatologist. The hepatologist ran some additional tests. I think Ava had to go twice for tests, 2 different sets. But eventually we found out that it wasn't jaundice and everything was okay. So we got the green light to proceed. This took some time, of course.
But I would say also that there was a lot of doctor appointment with the hepatologist, because it was not just the hepatologist that I went to. I went to what you call it? I went to my different doctor as well.
You mean your GP?
Yeah, my GP, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we went to the GP for several different things. I mean, she did some of the blood work as well. Yeah. And to an OB-GYN as well. Yeah. So we went to several different doctors, but for the whites of her eyes, it was the hepatologist that we sought treatment with.
So anyway, I would just say that it was a lot of doctor appointments as well.
Yeah, just in general. Lots of doctor's appointments, and the frequency is pretty great, especially once you get into a cycle where Dr. Carroll or your fertility doctor is checking to make sure everything's going along fine.
So anyway, finally all the results were fine, so we could just proceed with the IVF.
Right.
So, but it's not just easy to just proceed with the IVF, because there's a lot of steps. So the first step, of course, it's a blood test, and then scan, and they need to measure, your left and right ovaries and measure the lining.
Yeah, they check the lining of your uterus. They then go into the ovaries and they check the follicle size. Along with that, they do a blood test to see where the hormone levels are. So those things together are what they're looking at to determine whether this is the cycle you'll start, or when you'll start in the cycle, what kind of stimulations you might require, medications that are required, things like testosterone. But all those things are factors that the doctor is looking at as you go through.
Yeah. So again, it's a lot of doctor appointment. I've never been to so many doctor appointments in my life. But whatever you need to do, you need to do. You need to follow the doctor orders. So anyway, finally, we graduated to the next step. I would say graduated. So finally it was the stimulation process. Yes. So again, I have a lot of questions. I mean, for my own for my own sake, every step that I went through, or every step that I'm starting, I always, of course, research as well, and of course I wrote notes and I asked my doctor, because the thing is, there's a lot, you can research and you can watch YouTube or whatever, internet, but then again, I just want to say that don't compare yourself to somebody else, because you don't really know how it is till you put yourself in the situation. Because, just like I said, we have all different body types and we react to different things. But anyway, back to the stimulation. The first shot the nurse showed us, it's really overwhelmed, but I have my own nurse here, my wonderful husband, so he's very good, so you can tell about the stimulation.
So once the follicle sizes were where we wanted them to be and things were synchronized, the doctor decided that we would start injections. So this means subcutaneous injections. You have to mix it yourself. In this case, I mixed it for Ava and I provided the injection. So the nurse showed us how to do it. I then had to try it myself to make sure that I understood what she was saying. And then I provided the injections according to the schedule. A lot of injections involved. They're subcutaneous, so they're in the abdomen. With Ava, I had to kind of pinch in order to be able to get what I needed, because you have to put it into the fatty area. Ava doesn't have a whole lot of that, so I had to pinch. Eventually, going through the process, I was looking for new real estate. You didn't want to put an injection right where you put the previous one, and you end up giving enough of them that that becomes a challenge. But it was stressful. I would say that the injections, the stimulation treatments, didn't impact Ava too much. I mean, obviously, the injections aren't fun, but I'm talking about more from an emotional standpoint, or from how she felt. It didn't affect her the way it has other people. But it was still challenging on a daily basis.
Yeah, I would say that the injection hurts. I mean, just like, Mark said that, I don't have a lot of extra fat. Even my nurse and my doctor told me that, because I'm very fit. So, it hurts. But again, I need to do whatever it takes to get our own baby. So,
right.
But of course, it was very stressful, because it's just like, it's morning and evening, and you need to try to relax. But to be honest with you, after the shot, it's done. I feel better, because I'm done with the shot tonight or morning. But then again, my stimulation process, it went very well. And of course, before the stimulation, I have question, just like what kind of workout I can do, or whatever question I had, I asked my doctor, because I just want to be safe, that I don't affect anything with this stimulation.
Yeah.
So she told me, I could do light stretching, light yoga, and no intense workout at all. No running, nothing, no intense. But I could walk in the treadmill for 30 minutes every day. So that was very, very good. But remember, everything is just temporary. Everything is temporary. So you have nothing to worry about it. But then again, you need to ask your doctor, and it depends how you feel. If you don't feel like moving around or whatever, so don't. It's all about your, whatever you feel comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. So the stimulation process, I would say that it was like another chapter or IVF life, because it's doctor appointments as well.
Yeah, it's another big step.
Big step, and you need to go to the doctor appointments, and they check, of course, it's again blood test, and then it's the scan.
Yeah, they check the same thing every time.
Yeah.
So they're just seeing where your hormone levels are. They're seeing where the follicles are, if they're of good size or of comparable size. And once you reach a certain point, if the hormone levels are okay, the doctor will say, well, it looks like it's time to take the trigger shot. And then the next step after that is, of course, egg collection.
Yeah. The trigger shot, it was 30 hours before.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
30 hours before my egg retrieval. So
very strict on timing.
Yeah.
So you've got to take that shot. You can't take the shot until you know when your egg retrieval appointment is. And then you've got to take it, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you've got to take it at 1 o'clock in the morning. That shot was even less pleasant.
Yeah, I would say. No shot it's any fun or pleasant, to be honest. But then again, we have a goal here. Anyway, the trigger shot really hurts.
It's intramuscular, so I had to inject it in her thigh. Makes me think of an EpiPen type of injection, and the needle was larger, so it wasn't comfortable at all. But again, as Ava keeps saying, a necessary step.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't sleep the night before my egg retrieval, because of course I was nervous, or what is it? I
Anxiety.
have anxiety because, but we were excited as well.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because we, we're to the next step. But anyway, we woke up very early in the morning, and it was the Ramadan time. So, and it was very full at the clinic.
Shorter working hours, so
Yeah.
trying to cram everyone into a shorter period of time.
Yeah. So we drove from Dubai to Abu Dhabi very early in the morning. But before I tell you further what happened at the egg retrieval, I just want to say that when you have your egg retrieval, you can wear any makeup or any jewelry, and or I would say no filter at all. But it's for me, I wore a very comfortable outfit, or I wore a maxi dress, and before my egg retrieval, I researched again, and we even bought heating pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure that, I've never been through this before, so I just want to make sure that I was very comfortable when we drove back home. So we have a cooler as well. We brought water and of course snacks, because before your egg retrieval you need to fast about 6 to 7 hours before. No food, no liquid. So yeah. So anyway, we came to the clinic early in the morning, and we waited a little bit.
Yeah, not too long.
Not too long, and then, of course, the nurse, not picked me up, but got me, and he's not allowed to come in. Just
Obviously.
Yeah, it's not allowed. So yeah, the nurse got me and gave me a robe to wear, and before she took me to the room to get ready, and the doctor come and just to check, ask me some question to make sure that I was the right patient, and of course if I was allergic to anything.
Was that the doctor or the anesthesiologist?
No, it was the anesthesiologist. Yeah,
Right.
it was anesthesiologist. Sorry.
Which is a doctor as well.
Yeah.
Just to be clear that it wasn't Dr. Carroll or the doctor performing the
Yeah,
procedure. It was
yeah.
the anesthesiologist, because she did go under an anesthesia.
Yeah, and of course, you have you can choose if what kind of anesthesia you wanna take. But I took the medium anesthesia because I don't want to see the procedure. If you don't need to have anesthesia as well. You can, you can watch the whole procedure, but I don't want. I just want to make it, be done with it. But anyway, everything went so fast. So the procedure went very well, and when I woke up, I was already in the same place that the nurse took me before the procedure. So while I was doing the procedure, my husband was at you were waiting in the hallway,
Yeah,
correct?
I was waiting out in the waiting room. There's an area for the guys to wait while their wives are having the procedure.
And you gave a sample.
Well, what happened was the embryologist came out after Ava's procedure was done, and kind of briefed me on how it had gone and what the results were of the egg retrieval, and then I gave a sample as well in case we proceeded to fertilization.
Yeah. So anyway, after my procedure, they let you relax, and and you can let the nurse know, when you're ready to go, and they gave you something to drink and snacks as well. And I think I was there about 40 minutes because I was really, really tired and exhausted as well. So it was good to just, to relax and take the time to, till you're ready to go home. So anyway, I was ready, and I just called the nurse. I was ready, and then Mark was there, and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, was there and waiting for me, and then we met with the embryologist
Yeah,
again.
we spoke to the embryologist together at that point.
Yeah. So anyway, my eggs didn't mature after 2 hours, so it was very sad news.
Yeah, very disappointing.
Very disappointed, and we were very sad, and we cried, and it was not a good news.
No. It was a long drive back to
So,
Dubai.
so anyway, but then again, while we were at the clinic, we already decided that we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we were gonna go try
For
another shot.
yeah. So anyway, Dr. Carol called us on the way, and we told her what happened, and yeah. And
So to be clear, just quickly, just to clarify
Yeah.
something, Dr. Carroll's part of a fertility clinic, and one of her colleagues is the one who actually performed the egg retrieval procedure, not Dr. Carroll. So what Ava's talking about is, as soon as it was done, Dr. Carroll was notified, and she called us when we were on the way home to discuss the results of the egg retrieval and what we wanted to do next, and just kind of provide us with what comfort she could.
Yeah. So anyway, we got home to Dubai, and we were very, very sad. We cried the whole way, and I was really, really tired, so I was ready to go to bed. Just, it's been a long day, and of course I didn't sleep the night before because I was anxious. So, but anyway, a couple of days later, we met with Dr. Carol, and we told her that we want to try again.
Mm-hmm.
But also she told us that it's good to have a break.
Yeah, to kind of get away from things and relax for a little while.
Yeah, so anyway, my wonderful husband here, he booked a vacation to the Philippines.
Yep.
So
On short notice.
yeah, it was in last minute. So anyway, we couldn't decide if we want to go to Bali or Philippines, but we decided Philippines because it's been 19 years since I was there. So
And I'd never been.
yeah, he'd never been. So we went to Boracay, and of course I was curious as well after the rehabilitation they did.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Boracay, and we had an amazing time. We stayed at Crimson Boracay. It's a new hotel. It's about over a year, and it's a Station Zero, and I just love it. It's
fantastic.
fantastic. The amenities is amazing.
Had its own beach. If you looked out, you didn't
Yeah.
even realize that you were in Boracay. It wasn't. There are obviously other areas and places to stay where it's a lot more crowded and there's more nightlife, but that wasn't what we were looking for.
Yeah.
So the Crimson was just, fantastic. We'll definitely be back.
Yeah.
We had fantastic
Yeah.
treatment there, taken very good care of.
Yeah, so we love being in the water, and took really good care of us, especially, what's the name of that guy?
BJ.
Yeah, and everybody took really good care of us. It's amazing, and the service is amazing. So
Yeah.
we stayed there 5 days, and then we went back to Manila, and again, this guy here, he surprised me. So we stayed at Raffles.
In Makati.
In Makati, I just love it, and the amenities too is amazing, and you can tell about a little bit of the Raffles.
Yeah, so the Raffles Makati was really, really nice. We enjoyed it a lot. Very few rooms. I think they're all suites. We had a butler, a guy named Lawrence, who really made it special. I mean, he took fantastic care of us. We were very much spoiled. And we spent some time there, and it was great.
Yeah,
Very nice.
we had amazing time in the Philippines, and of course, I'm going to tell you guys about more later. That's another story or content. But anyway, I just want to say that, thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and also please feel free to share. And if you have any question or comments, please write or comments. And of course, if you're Norwegian, I'm gonna respond to you in Norwegian as well. It's my first language. And again, thank you so much, guys, and thank you for watching. Tusen takk, ha det bra, bye, see you soon.
Up next is Chapter 2 of our IVF journey in 2019. Don't forget to watch.
Yes, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.